Alright, so before I start this, yeah, even though you can tell I am not that, well, technically I will rage a bit in this video, but before I start, I want to make it crystal clear, as always, because this is just a general rule, especially since really I have not talked about this literally just how much interesting this is. I mean, I know I'm a little bit late towards this, but I kind of feel like I want to talk about this now because, funny enough, today I finally had enough. I want to talk about this, and generally speaking, before we start, if you really have a commentary on this video, please, for God's sake, make your own video first before you come really nailing me in the butt with stuff. Not trying to be rude here, but I know there's going to be toxicity in the comment section, so let's make this clear. If there is bullshit in the comment section, as always, as like generally in my rule of this channel, I will either A, remove your comment if it's going to be bullshit, or B, probably just shut down the comment section entirely if it gets too much. And if you want to prove your point to me, rather than make a comment, make a video. Because here's the thing, I'm making a video, you're just making words on a thing. And again, I also want to point out, I am going to try my hardest not to be cruelly rude here. Yes, I'm going to cuss like motherfucker, and we all know that I was not joking with that creepy artwork of me pissed off. Because really, this is just annoying motherfucking bullshit that is very interesting. And today is kind of like an explain video somewhat. Because I actually kind of wanted to dive into this topic, mostly because you could tell I am actually pissed off at this. Now, honestly, for those who don't know, and for those who even do know, you might be wondering, Foxcat, how pissed off are you with this one simple word? Well, I am actually pissed off at it for multiple reasons. Not only because it's just plain stupid and bullying, let's be real here, it is bullying to a point, and there is a reason, but it's also kind of not helping the situation on why. Because this word, even though this word is just plain stupid, like it's more stupid than even a fucking curse word, the concept of it, when you actually do dive in, you might actually understand why. Because like I'm trying to say, I'm trying to be gentle with this topic as well, because believe it or not, I understand some concerns with this. However, I think there's a big problem, and you'll soon see why when I say, because this is actually this is a topic that I even debated whether or not if I do a rant video on, because let's be real, this is going to be a fucking rant video, more like any other you see. And I probably, like I think, I am probably going to end up in a fucking video because it's stupid. But I wanted to dive into a certain topic, and that topic is the word simp. And funny enough, I actually decided to finally do this after, I'll explain by showing this off. So I pretty much was watching a video here that was released a month ago, which is just talking about why Pokemon Arceus Legends look terrible graphic-wise. And yes, I probably am going to do a debunk video on that, because let's be real, while there are opinions on it, I could also argue that it doesn't look that bad. Although I will say, there is a reason why I want to do it. But anyways, I was looking through it, and I see the negative comment, as I expected, which was even pinned by the creator himself. I don't know why. But really, it's just blah, 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 how he also disagreed with him. And then I read to this comment. Where is it? Is this the comment? Yeah, here it is. Is it? No, not really. Not this one. Is there where was it? Nope, not replying here. Here it is. Actually, I don't know where it is. But I remember one of these persons in here, and I'm trying to find it, said the word of, simp here. I'm trying to find it. Hold on, let me pause this so I won't bore you out crap. Here it is, and also I like this guy saying pin of shame. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh yeah, that's pretty much, bullshit. But here's what I was talking about, the simp thing. Thought I was lying, no. Really, it's just weird. But anyways, yeah, and I was like, you know what? I actually had enough. I really wanted to do a video. And not because of that. Like I said, I'll probably do a debunk video of that video later. Not a bad one, though, because I actually liked the video. It's just that I wanted to kind of debunk that a little bit and also explain why Arceus is all that. And also hopefully not get my ass kicked while doing that. But let's be real, I probably am. I'm already getting my ass kicked here by literally talking about this topic. But I really did want to dive into the point of this word. Mostly because, as many people will tell you online right now, as even the sun is blocking my fucking view. Oh my god, why does the sun always hit my fucking window? Oh well, we're just gonna have to deal with it for today because I don't have time for this. The question is, why is this word often used? And definitely why it's such much in a negative light. To the point where there's even just the most cringy videos out there just trying to say, hey, stop this BS simping crap. Which, let's be real here, you're not helping when you're making cringe videos like fucking this.
So I was passing by, then I couldn't help but to check out what you were up to. Here's something interesting, and I want you to explain this to me in the best way you can think of. Why did I check? You donated your entire life savings to any girl on the internet. Do you think that it is okay to do that? Do you get anything good out of this? Are you insane? Come on, man. Jesus, my Lord, son.
Yeah, like, I don't even know what to say. I feel like the people who made those, especially the last two, were either on bath salt with dynamite up their asses, or they're just jackasses in general. I really do not know. Really, it's just pissed off. And it's just plain stupid and cringy, and when they look back on it, they're going to question reality like it is, but let's be real here. Everyone's going to look back on their videos and question reality. That's just being said. But still, you can see this is a little bit weird to the point where it's just a nasty meme, and while there have been nasty memes before, it's no doubt that this one is raging. Hell, even the train outside my fucking window here is raging about this whole word crap. To the point where it's just honking. God damn it. How many times does this thing... This is like latest as it does, but whatever. The point is, though, I kind of wanted to go in and explain this. So first off, I think the best thing we do is actually truly get where the hell this simp thing came from and how it started. And actually, it did lead me into a very interesting history lesson about this, as it's actually pretty interesting. So, on Wikipedia, and I'm just going to read this out, simp is an internet slang for pretty much not only for usually done for sexual pursuit, but it's stated is a term that describes someone who shows excessive sympathy and attention towards another person. Typically someone who is not reported with the same feelings, otherwise in order to win their infection. Of course, it's not only sexualized, as you can hint, but it's also carry out many other types of things. The origin is actually interesting, as it's actually from the word known as simpleton, which states here in folklore, a simpleton is a person whose foolish actions is subject often to repeated stories. So I can get that also why. And it first mainly started last year in 2020 when the Archie comics, the friendly Archie, you know what they are, that Archie boy, used the phrase simp. And it's very interesting. I'm trying to read to see, I'm making sure. But what? Oh, wait, here it is. Oh, yeah, it said, never mind, I read it wrong. It's actually funny, though. It says here in July of 20 official account, the Twitter account of Archie say it would permanently ban people from its YouTube channel commenting the comments main character Archie a simp, which is very interesting. Although that's not the first time it did that. Or rather, the first time a person did that. But anyways, I might have been wrong. It may also start in 2009. But it's definitely a very interesting situation to a point where there's even a no simp September. Like I said, I just really scanned through this thing. But basically, the whole point is the idea of the term simping is for book rule of dummies. It stands for pretty much someone trying to show affection towards a certain thing. Sometimes usually sexual, other times not. So with that all being said here, you might be wondering, Foxcat, why are you pissed off of all this? There's a lot of reason why I rage this. Obviously, for those who obviously know me and have seen me before, if you even look into and stuff, my own sexual preferences and bullshit. I won't deny that I have drawn sexy art before. Go to my fucking Newgrounds and fucking DeviantArt and my new comic Jolly if you want to know more. But that's not what the real reason why I'm pissed off at this. And funny enough, this goes into another thing you should know about the word, as it did make a bad influence a little bit with people. As even stated, if you look closely through my Wikipedia scrolls, and pretty much you don't need to know this, but even the word was so bad, Quick had to ban it. Sorry, my fucking mouth. Which really is not the only stupid thing, even though I will admit it kind of low blow a little bit for how stupid that was. Because really, simped isn't really too much of a bad word. But I forgive them for doing it, though. Which is probably the only one good thing they have did. Pretty much unlike the other crap they did. Because many people to this day question, oh, really, is the word simp a bully word? Actually, fucking yes. But I do want to back up and explain both sides, why it's offensive, first off, to people especially somewhat like me, but also the reason why this term became popularity. The first reason is more specifically as for why this saying became a be, because there is kind of a problem with, of course, certain people donating many money. Now, as you guys may saw through those very terrible, trying to explain it, but very cringy, and I don't know why they got popular, but I guess people love cringe crap like that for some fucking reason, even though I do literally my Pokey movie, and yet people don't watch it. I don't know. I pretty much try to not advertise myself too much here. That sounds stupid. But as you may have noticed through those things, one of the big problems with, and I'm not going to use the word as simping, but one of the problems when it comes to loving a person is giving them more, trying to earn their approval by giving them money and other things. Not just money, of course, but that's usually the major thing. And that could be a serious problem with multiple ways. Understandably, if you go too far with donating money, you might lose your savings and all that. Now, of course, I want to make it clear, I don't think some of these donators are that stupid, or rather, most of these donators are that stupid. But I will admit, sometimes, you have to go at least be careful of your money in some way. But also there's other reasons for this. For one, that person may not like you fully, and you might later on get a very deep heartbreak, which is true. In fact, I had to deal with that shit multiple times in my own life. And the third reason why is even also because of that, which is the third, where I'm getting the third reason, sorry I'm breaking off here, is because you may later figure out the truth of the person and you may start truly regretting all that decision. Being, of course, my own personal, for a perfect example, since it's kind of related, we all know how I dealt with this one artist. I won't say its name, and I'm saying it's for, not to reveal the gender, but we all know, especially my old people who actually do watch my channel and my art, they know who I'm talking to. Let's just say, while I don't fully regret my art because it still is my art, let's just say I'm actually glad that I do be careful what I do for showing appreciation to, as a fan, towards other artists. Like for example, or a Spencer, if you know what I'm talking about. Because, let's just say, that ended up very confusing, stupid. I even have a video on it showing how stupid it is. And, let's be real, I haven't even fully recovered from that shit. And it hurts. And I could greatly understand why people don't want that. They understand that in a relationship, it's not only always giving out stuff. Love is, you can never buy love. And if you think that, then you're probably a thug in the hood, ready to eat a lot of lead, aka bullets. And trust me, I say that because I've seen a lot of YouTubers say love is actually supposed to be bought and all this bullshit, especially since I watched Blasphemous HD. You want proof of that? Go watch his channel. He has spurted out all that crap. And yes, I still watch him because he's funny, but that's his own opinion and blah, blah, blah. But I don't agree with that because, let's be real here, love is never truly bought. You can't buy love. Yes, you can give gifts to your love, but let's be real here, you can't really buy out love, and that's just final. Trust me on this. I know for a fact of this. And that's why I be careful. I do also appreciate fan art as well of my own stuff. I always, back up and like, you know what, I'll let them whenever they do it and blah, blah. But even now, after my experience, I try to be careful of making sure, you don't have to do this. And if you want a collaboration, I'll still do it. I don't mind that. Really, it's their choice whether if they want. Like, I only had one Your Style, My Style of my OC of Heart. If you don't know, go look it up in my DeviantArt. But that's fine, because it's their own choice. Same thing with me doing fan art for them. I don't mind doing it for them. And after learning from experience from that, I don't do it that often because I got my own art to do. So, in a way, on one hand, I could see the people using this term, although stupidly, which we'll get into, I could see why they're trying to do that. However, as you can tell from my voice, the photo, the artwork of me looking pissed off, and of course, me using curse words, they're not using it correctly, mind ya. And I mean fucking mind ya, because then we go on to the other side, which is bullshit. You see, why I think this word is a bad thing is, first of all and foremost, they're pretty much shaming the person who's doing this. You don't shame someone truly if they're doing something wrong that isn't that bad. Yes, they're still a little bit in the wrong, but you don't do it that bad. They're not doing it that badly. I mean, really, if you want to shame someone, you should shame someone for, I don't know, racism or, sexual assault. You can do that. But shaming someone for loving a fan? That's just stupid. It really is. And yes, I made that comparison because really think about it. Who would you rather shame? Would you shame a person who's just loved his or her fan so much and a little bit lost their mind with it? Or will you actually, or shame a person who made a racist comment and sexual assault people? Obviously, you're going to have to truly shame the person who does more worse than a person who just really just love art. And yes, I know sometimes the sexual things are a little go way too far. Trust me, I'm also on that boat when you look at literally when I did that whole thing with Good Vibes Gaming had Arena. But, it wasn't that bad at the end. In fact, I'm actually very appreciated that it wasn't too bad. Though I did have to clear up that thing. But the reason why I made that over the bridge comparison is because people are doing so much shaming that it feels like they're really just saying this person can go to jail and like heck, the whole horny jail bullshit. Like, it makes no fucking sense just because, and sometimes these fans may not even want the person sexually. But the other reason, as you may notice where I'm going to, is the case where the person may not actually be trying to use money to give to a person and just love sexuality, and sometimes rated M to rated M, but yet people still shame them for liking that stuff. Like, I understand there are things that we all like. We all have our differences. But pretty much giving a FU to a guy who just loves the artwork in general, or just loves it because, he's into some sexual stuff, that's pretty fucked up. It really is. And I know I'm not going to go into that whole details on fetishes and stuff, because I know there is a limit as well with sexual stuff. Trust me, there is a fucking limit. There is. Like I said, would you rather shame a guy who just likes sexy art that's not even that bad, or shame a guy who sexually assault and probably work at Activision? Yes, I made that joke because that's the point. You would literally should be shaming the guy who does sexual assault at Activision, not the guy who just like art, especially if the art is not hurting everybody. I said this multiple times, even in my DeviantArt, as long if the art is not truly offensive and not really trying to hurt somebody, then really there's no harm. Why are you complaining? You're just looking like a complaining crybaby. And that's just final. And it's not just that. People have been using it not just as sexually, as you just saw with my example of me trying to find that zone, because holy crap, I tried to find that thing, but luckily I did. But they also use it for terms how, like, people, love a game series that is falling apart, like Pokemon. Like, let's be real here. Even I will admit they might be falling off the wagon, and some fans may be going a little too far, but they're just fans, and if they love their series, what they do, yes, maybe let people enjoy things and not try and attack them. Really, because it starts to get annoying, and it's like you're shaming them as criminals, is my point. And finally, people will often state how, for example, if you're a virgin, like right here, as you all know that I am, and I will admit this, then you would be called a simp. Look, a person is trying to get not only possibly laid, but also trying to find a relationship. Most of the cases, it's probably laid, but let's just stick with the relationship because that's also possibly a fact. Not every freaking man and women are not perverts. That's final. No one is a pervert unless proven. So, and even then, if they do like sexual stuff, they might not do that in real life. Trust me, I am a very honest and very clean man. I even removed, let me just show you. Like, whenever people walk into my house, I would literally remove this calendar in order to hide it because it's a little bit offensive towards people. And probably even hide that book. But I will admit that, honestly, as people know, not only do I have this or this, I pretty much, like, let me show you, I have, like, Monster Girls crap and BS bullshit, I don't know. Well, not B shit, I also have, like, other stuff, too. But my point is the fact that basically, as many people could also tell, even though, yeah, I cuss, I'm also a very honest and good guy. Yes, I made mistakes before, trust me. If you guys look into a little bit of my past, you may know some of the bullshit I even did on YouTube a little bit, including one that I regret a little bit, or a lot. You know the one. You know, with the bastard. If you don't know who bastard is, go look it up. Just say we're getting to an anniversary of that bullshit. But I'm a very honest and good guy. And there are people in some veins who is a good guy who knows to keep their mind out of the fucking gutter. Again, I'm not saying what these people are saying the simp word is wrong, because I don't think they're mostly in the wrong with that, but really, my opinion is, really, if they want to help a person, first of all and foremost, they need to stop trying to treat them as fucking criminals. That's my point. Because they have a point of trying to protect the person from not only heartbreak, but also going bankrupt. But really, the way they're doing it is making the person want to block them and literally want to kick their asses. Because they're looking like fucking crybaby jackasses. And not only that, but also try to use other sorts of trying to help people. Like, for example, trying to help the Pokemon community, literally trying to realize that, yes, you can still like it, is not trying to be, you know, is at the same time you're trying to help improve it. Even though, really, let's be honest, you can't improve a company. A company is going to company no matter what. Although, let's be real, they have some limits. Again, activation needs to be stopped. But my point is, really, the main thing, if you want to help someone with something like that, you need to stop shaming that person. And not just even with the word simp. It's just, really, first of all, really stop and think, how would you help this person? Because if you're going to help them very rudely, then they're not going to give a fuck. That's final. It's not a rocket science thing. And yet, if you really are going to try to do it without that, try to be very respectful of what their problem. Because never judge a book by its cover, and really try to take a really step back and help that person and try to figure out what's wrong. That's final. Like, and again, I know I'm ranting over bullshit because I know the comment section is going to get fucked. Which is why I might have to start deleting comments. And if it starts getting too far, then, oh boy, I better have to shut down the comment section below. Believe me, I'm about to get another death threat in the comment section like the Squilliam video. I feel it. I can feel the pulse. But for real, the reason why I'm doing this rant video is because I feel like people are not understanding this. And again, I'm sorry to also my subscribers who have to watch this BS, but let's be real. I am not joking with the artwork of me looking pissed. Because really, I feel like this really, I don't think the messaging of people need to really be careful with their finances and how they should respect and support their fans. It's a good message. The problem is, please make sure your messages isn't FU, because really, it's not rocket science. If you want to help that person, learn how to actually help without not being a jackass. That's all I'm going to say. Like I said, if you have your own complaints, make your own video, because at least I did, and blah blah blah. Really, I can only watch a video, not your comments. That's just final. But again, this is Floxcat, and I'm definitely snapping out of here. And again, sorry, subscribers, but I really gotta do a rant video of this. Snapping out of here. Bye.